all of his prophets and the scriptures which they brought. We thank him for Moses and the Israelite prophets that gave us the Torah, or the Old Testament. We thank him for Jesus, who gave us the Injil, or the Gospel, and the apostles that gave us what is called the New Testament. We thank him for Muhammad ibn Abdullah, through whom the last revelation to humanity before the judgment of this present world, that book is called the Holy Quran. I am a student of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I could never thank Allah enough for his merciful intervention in our affairs, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who is in the world and is championing the liberation struggle of our people, particularly in the United States of America. I greet all of you, my dear and wonderful brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. First, I want to say to all of you, I am honored beyond words to be here standing on this rostrum in front of this hallowed building, in front of I don't know how many, I'm not going to guess, but I thank Almighty God Allah for every single one of you that decided to answer the call to demand justice or else. I watched the program in my hotel room, and I want to say how happy I am to be a part of such a great showing of unity of the Aboriginal people of our planet. I want our Native American family and Brother Night Wolf, my brother, I'm sorry that they cut you a little short, but I want you to know how favored you are as a Native American giant standing for his people. The native people who came in their native dress, this is not like going to a football game with the Redskins. They are not here as some mascot. They are here because they are the original owners of this part of the earth, and we honor them with the honor that they are justly due. Their suffering in their land is very great. So all of those who cry for justice, no cry is greater than those who have suffered the most. And those who have suffered the most are the indigenous people, not only of America, but of the Western Hemisphere. And those of us who were brought into America not as pilgrims, not as Puritans, not seeking another way of worship, but in the holds of ships to be made the burden bearers of the real citizens of America. It's hypocritical for us to say that we are citizens and we are still trying to get civil rights while at the same time we are denied the human right of self-determination. I'm honored to be here in front of this great house that was built by black slaves. So I don't think I'm encroaching on any American by standing on the ground that was paid for with the sweat and the blood of our ancestors. I'm honored to be here and am grateful to Congressman Danny Davis for having shepherded through both houses a joint resolution that allows us to be on the Capitol steps. I was so touched by our native brothers and sisters and our Hispanic brothers and sisters, and some who are black may say, Farrakhan, why are you talking to all of these different ethnicities? We have to accept our position. I loved my sister and those standing with her who championed the call that Black Lives Matter. I felt so happy to see her and to hear her and to know, and for her to know that she and Black Lives Matter are welcome, have a cherished spot because they represent the future leadership. These are not just young people who happen to wake up one morning. Ferguson ignited it all. So all the brothers and sisters from Ferguson, all the brothers and sisters that laid in the streets, all the brothers and sisters that challenged the tanks, we are honored that you have come to represent our struggle and our demand. Again, I'm grateful for the choir that sung and the brothers and sisters that sang, for Brother Rasul Muhammad and his wonderful song that he wrote about the great liberator Emiliano Zapata, and to all of you who made this day so far what it is. Every member of the clergy that prayed this morning, the Muslim, the Christians, the various prayers that were said the native people who have their native places, their teepees and whatnot on the grounds.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. Okay, hello, I am Hassan Rashid, and I welcome you to another episode of the History, Community Life, Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. It's excellent being here with you, and it's such a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here at CCTV Daily. Okay, as you gathered, the opening video was from the recent last Saturday, October 15th gathering of the Nation of Islam call out to the people to come to Washington, D.C. and celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. And that was Minister Louis Farrakhan of Nation of Islam, the opening video. And he was presenting his views on the theme of this gathering. That was justice or else. We're going to try to get back to it later on if time permits. But once again, I'm Hassan Rashid, and this is the History, Community Life, Diversity of Muslim America in New England. It's excellent being here with you. Okay, I want to, before I get into the subject matter of our broadcast, I'd like to remind you that tonight at 6 o'clock, you're invited to join the City Broadband Task Force for an interactive community input forum tonight. That's interactive community input forum tonight. That's tonight, October 14th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., the City Broadband Task Force will be holding an interactive community input forum to gather community insight into how broadband services in Cambridge can be improved over the course of 2 hours, and event participants will be encouraged to share what they care about and what topics are most important to them, such as competition, price, speed, and reliability, customer service, or any other aspect of broadband service. The forum is an opportunity for participants to actively engage with fellow members of the community to help develop a set of priorities for task force members and city leaders to consider. Everyone will have the opportunity to participate, listen, and share ideas at the forum. Okay, I'd like to, before we move on to this, there's another little happening here at CCTV I want to bring to your attention, and it's multicultural reporting. So this is presented by CCTV's media training program. So participants in this class, well, it's a class. Participants in this class will explore the theoretical and practical issues that arise when you're reporting on other cultures. How can you effectively report on different cultures? How do you decide on the type of language and visual aids to use? How should you tackle the linguistic and cultural challenges that you will face? How do you develop contacts within the community? Participants will read various examples of multicultural reporting and get the opportunity to report on a different culture, workshops their stories, and learn how to adequately capture diversity of modern day social society for their audience. So this is for all you out there interested in reporting. Okay, this is multicultural reporting, so you have an opportunity to come in and learn what this phase of reporting is all about. That's multicultural reporting. Dates: Tuesday, October 27th, Tuesday, November 3rd, Tuesday, November 10th, Tuesday, November 17th. So 4 Tuesdays in a row. And instructor's position, Igrasa. So there's no prerequisite. Excuse me. So if you like more information or additional information on this class that's coming up starting October 27th, you can call 617-661-6900. All others must provide full payment at the time of registration. Schedules are subject to change. So if you like what you've just been listening to, if you like what you've just heard, you can call 617-661-6900 for information on registration. That's instructor producer Egress prerequisite. No, that's multicultural reporting. Okay. Another thing, I'd like to remind you that it's still the Cambridge Farmers Market is still in full bloom, and you still have an opportunity to get fresh produce, that's vegetables, fruits, etc., and a lot of other items that you can choose. That's Bishop Allen and Bishop Allen and Norwood Street. Bishop Allen, Norwood, right here in the Central Square in Cambridge. That's the heart of Cambridge Central Square. So if you're in Central Square and you like fresh produce, I advise you every Monday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to check out the Cambridge Farmers Markets, Bishop Allen Drive and Norfolk. Okay, another thing I'd like to just start here with you on. Okay, we have since it's election time, I'd like to remind you that your brother, all you Muslims out there might be familiar with Nazim Mazan. Your brother Muslim, he's a Muslim, and he's running for re-election at City Hall. So today is the last day that you can register if you'd like to vote in November elections. Today is the very last day that you can register. So they're over at 51 Inman Street, and you have an opportunity to walk in. I think they're open until 8 o'clock tonight. So you should get on over there if you're not registered and support your brother. That's Nazim Mazin. So he's Muslim American, and he's running for re-election City Council. You get on over there, and that's 51 Inman Street. Today is last day to register, and don't forget November 3rd is today of the election. Okay. Okay, I'd like to. Okay, well, there's a big affair coming up in honor of Dr. Hassim Atalib, with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the annual banquet. That's the annual banquet of the CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, and this banquet in honor of Dr. Hassim Atalib. That'll be on October 17th. And the CAR, that's Council of American Islamic Relations, will present American Islamic leader and scholar Dr. Hassim Talib with the 215 Lifetime Achievement Award at the Champions for Justice 21st Annual Fundraising Banquet at the Marriott Crystal Gateway in Arlington, Virginia. So if you're interested in this event, I advise you to check out the CARE website for tickets. That's www.care.com/banquet. That's www.car.com/banquet. Okay, to join CARE in honoring Dr. Atalib and to hear from Nobel Peace Prize Tawakkol Carmen, comedian, author Dean Obadallah, and the Bayina Institute Omar Suleiman, and Ahmed Mohammed, the clockmaker. Individual tickets are about $65. At table 10 costs $1,000. Registration begins at 5:30 p.m. So we hope to see you there. That's banquet tables for families, business, mosques, or other groups can be reserved by calling 202-742-6454 or by emailing events@car.com. Okay, so that's a banquet down in Virginia. That's to be exact, Arlington, Virginia, in honor of Dr. Hassim Talib, 2015 Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay, here's something here that might shock you, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of it. But this is that white supremacy is bigger threat to America than radical Islam. That's all right. I'll let you decide on that. Okay, but right now, if you live in the United States, statistics suggest you're more likely to be murdered by a white supremacist than by Islamic extremists. Non-Muslim domestic terrorists have killed roughly twice as many people since September 11, 2011 than have jihadists, the New York Times reported in June. According to Washington Research Center New America, homegrown radicals have taken the lives of 48 people, whereas self-proclaimed jihadists have claimed the lives of 26. The number doesn't take into account the mass shooting in Oregon on Thursday carried out by a man believed to be a white supremacist, or the 2 police officers slain by an ultra-right-wing couple from Las Vegas. The toll also doesn't include attacks with no ostensible ties to ideology, like the shooting at the Colorado movie theater and the Connecticut elementary school. So once again, the title was White Supremacy is Bigger Threat to America Than Radical Islam. Okay, we're touching on a lot of justice issues, but I got another issue. We're gonna try to get back to something related to justice, but I got another issue. I want you to see this. This is something that should shock you or wake you up. It's about well, really, it's not. It's related to the fact that the president he has banned the consumption of pork in federal prisons. So I just want you to see how dangerous that animal, the pork, is to consume. Okay, all right. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I got a little vignette on this for you. So we're gonna try to get this on before we go off the air. And hold tight. We're almost there. Here we go.
Are you making like a shelter? Are you like teaching how to cook?
Bastante desesperada por la viperacina.
En el póster.
¿Un póster, mamá?
O cualquier pieza que no vamos a usar.
¿Un vacu será?
¿Dónde está Carlos Valero? Se está perdiendo. De lo bueno. Bien, foto, foto.
¡Ay, ve cómo miran a uno! Yo le voy a enseñar esto en video grande a mi familia y mi teléfono.
Okay, that's enough of that. You see that long thing that we're pulling out, that piece of meat? That was what they call a trichina worm. And that worm has been reported to be responsible for collapsing the cells within the human body after you eat it. But that's the reason why I showed that, because the president has just he went into federal prisons and he banned all federal prisons from serving pork. Okay, some religions forbid the consumption of pork, and one of the reasons is that it is considered unclean. Need an explanation? Is there something more than a religious belief? What is happening to the mankind? Religious forbid the utilization of pork, and there are even more experimental cases that support this. So if we had more time, we could get into it extensively. So I just briefly touched on the fact that that pork is unclean. More progressive religions or belief systems, they don't touch it. So and I just wanted to share the fact that the president went out and banned the consumption of pork in federal prison. Okay, so all praises due to Allah for the president. I'm Hassan Rashid. I want to remind you once again that there's a forum on broadband at City Hall at 6 o'clock today, and they'll love to see you out there. So you go on and come and join the folks at the Broadband Forum tonight, 6 p.m. at City Hall. I'm Hassan Rashid, and you know it's always excellent being here with you. So I always leave you with the fact that superiorism can never be subjected by inferiorism. So until I see you next time, I leave you with the ancient Arabic greetings of peace, and we'll get back to some footage from the Justice or Else 20-year anniversary of Million Man March that was just held recently, last week to be specific, down in Washington, D.C. So I leave you once again with the greetings of peace, the ancient Arabic cordial of freedom, justice, equality, goodwill.